Sometimes it can be cool to strip down your chords to the very essence so that they're no longer minor or major dominant 7 sounding, but just a basic neutral sound that leaves room for other elements in the track. This is exactly what the power chord does, and in this lesson I'll show you how to play it. So to play a G power chord, the first thing you want to do is fret the 3rd fret of the low E string with your 1st finger. Then you reach across with your 3rd finger and fret the 5th fret of the A string. And this can be hard to get these 2 fingers to stretch, but it's really important that you get good fretting on these, because alternatively your 3rd finger wants to go down here and you're not going to get a clear sound out of any of them. So just make sure it gets all the way up there. And then with your pinky, you can fret the 5th fret of the D string, which is the octave, right? Just adds a little more power to it. Alternatively, if this is really hard for you, you can play it like this. And just make sure you're not strumming the D string here. But this is not really that good in the long run. It's much better if you can actually force your fingers to get comfortable with this shape. Now, you can see I'm only on the bottom 3 strings here. The G, B, and E string up top are not played at all. So what you want to do is you want to either be careful in your right hand not to strum them. But what I like to do personally is just be free in my right hand and just make sure they're muted in my left hand. And the way I'm muting them is by fretting the 3rd fret up here with my 1st finger and then sort of holding my finger so they touch, so it touches all the strings, but it's only pressing down the low E string, right? And then when I fret these 2, the top 3 strings are muted and I can just strum as much as I want in the right hand without having to worry about that. Now make sure you get good fretting so that you can hear all the notes here. There's no fret buzz or anything like that. And arpeggiate them, which means play 1 note at a time to make sure, because if you just play this then you might not hear what's wrong with it. As you can hear, this is not really a major sound. If it was major it would sound like this, right? But it's not that, it's not minor either. If it was minor it would sound like this. Or dominant 7 would sound like this. Let's see. It's not that either. It's just this sort of neutral sound that's just power, and that's why it's called a power chord.